memories.
Hello everybody,
So dark.
and yes, how you have seen on the title, I am back on Genshin. After a year. It's been so long. I've been on Zenithzone Zero because of like it's so good, but I haven't played Genshin in ages. Like I still have my Xiao and Skirk build, but apparently Xiao is literally so bad now. So yeah, there's that, but don't worry guys, I'm still a Xiao main. I'll never leave Xiao. I'm like Siox, bro. I'll literally never leave Xiao, bro. I literally love him so much. Never, bro. Maybe I will hopefully characters because right now I'm pretty broke. Yeah, pretty broke. I'm richer in TVP though. Hey, what about that? Anyway, since I am back, y'all know I still haven't finished my Fontaine Archon quest. So what we're going to do today is no hunting. We're just going to go ahead. We're going to go and continue our Archon quests in Fontaine. I'm on a bit where Farina gets suspected for being a fake Archon. I think it's because like some lore that happened. I still remember, don't remember it as much, but I still remember as from back then. Go out for a do, guys. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, comment, low key shares with your friends, and yeah, bro. I guess we're back.
That's Farina, right over there! She really is here all on her own.
Should I just give up? This is all meaningless. What was meant to happen did happen after all. Everyone's dead. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Give up, Farina. There's no point in holding out.
I think this part is after when Nuvalet said
sorry.
something.
But what can I even do? Other than to repeat meaningless apologies over and over. Who's that?
Don't worry, Farina, it's just us.
So it is you, blonde traveler from another land. Why, I almost thought you were someone from that mob of my ignorant subjects, come to kneel and beg for my forgiveness.
Farina, you were crying just now, weren't you? The tear stains on your face are obvious.
What do you mean, tear stains? Oh, I remember. The show at the Opera House earlier this morning was so moving. I'm still trying to process it. Who did that uncivilized rabble think they were? Disturbing my enjoyment of the arts.
We already know.
They even dare to tout their Archon. I must teach them a lesson. I can just imagine their twisted and frustrated faces once they realize that I'm nowhere to be found. Oh, and I'm sure Nuvalet and those people from the Marche-Chaussee Phantom are freaking out right next to them, too. Of course not.
Hey, there she is! The Hydro Archon's over there! Quick, after her!
Farina, those people seem to be after you.
They are? They're just some rabid fans who want to cut the line because they haven't been able to meet me in person, aren't they? That's against the rules. I can't let them get their way.
Farina just ran off! Quick, we have to catch up with her!
Yo, wait, isn't like Natlin after Fontaine? Cause I already did Sumeru, Inazuma, yeah, Mondstadt and Linue.
This should
Yeah.
be the place,
I
right?
already did
Hey, Farina!
already finished
There's a
Natlin.
good hiding spot over here.
I did Natlin
Come to
for
Prima before the rest
Sumeru.
of them catch up to you.
So isn't Nodcry should be over after that?
What is this place?
Hurry, they're almost here!
Fine, fine. I suppose haste is warranted. Lead the way.
Paimon's exhausted.
I'm so tired. I totally thought they had caught me. No, I mean, I merely gave in to the sheer enthusiasm they displayed. You're right.
Yep, that's a good girl.
What's happening? The ground's shaking. Is it an earthquake?
Yeah, a quake of this kind preceded the flooding in Poisson, didn't it?
It can't be. It's happening again.
Well, there's no need to worry too much about that. Neuvillette made some emergency plans, so the evacuation should go a lot smoother this time.
Yeah, I hope you're right. But the people of Poisson, they've already... It's true. I've been investigating the prophecy for hundreds of years. I once had informants all over Tevat, searching for clues and feeding information back to me. I've tried all kinds of ways, too, to hold back the sea. Anything to keep the coastline from advancing. But all my efforts proved to be futile in the end. Really, the truth has been clear to me for a very long time. We cannot make an enemy of the divine. No matter what we do, the will of the heavenly principles will have its way, and the prophecy shall be fulfilled. Give up. I do love the sound of that phrase. It would mean finally coming to terms with fate, but also for me to finally be free. Indeed, I've thought about giving up so many times, especially after we almost lost Poisson. Fate is really unreasonable, isn't it? It has no heart and obeys no rules. The prophecy has only just started to come true, and so many people have already lost their lives. But just now, it all became clear to me. I still don't have the right to come to terms with fate on behalf of everyone else. As long as the final moment hasn't come, it's still not too late. Don't worry. I will keep hope alive for everyone until the very end. Well, that's enough for now. I got the impulse to play the stricken maiden, but...
My bad, y'all. I think my internet lucky disconnected there. Where's Linny? Guy's always on something, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes my opening performance. Now, without further ado, we may proceed to the trial of our god.
So, this is what it is. Yes, you deserve praise for the effort. Do not forget, however, that...
May I interpret these words? In that case, you will have the opportunity to defend your...
You would draw your blade. I see. It seems like you have made up your mind.
Paimon can't believe it. She just surrendered.
What the heck is going on? Did I just see an Archon surrender to a human?
Wow, how utterly humiliating.
Lady Farina, what is the meaning of this?
Shh! It would seem that there has been a misunderstanding. To be clear, the raising of both hands is not always an indication of surrender.
Looking for excuses again, huh?
I raised my hands just now to indicate my acceptance of the trial. No duel shall be necessary. I will admit that I've been running away for a long time. I'm sorry, everyone. I was unable to protect the people of Poisson. It is my duty to stand trial for my crimes. You are not the only ones to be disappointed in me. I, too, am exceedingly disappointed in myself. But now, it is time for the Hydro Archon to show you her courage and resolve. I, Farina, will use this trial to show the world the true meaning of justice! This time,
Yo, you're doing a little
will
too much there,
protect you.
Farina. You're doing a little too much there.
Applaud and rejoice! One of the most outrageous and fantastical arcs known to the opera epiclese is now unfolding before your eyes. Mark my words, this shall be one of the most exhilarating and brilliant shows ever to grace the stage of Fontaine! The trial of the Hydro Archon, Focalor, will now begin!
Woohoo!
Oh, now... Why does it feel like Farina just took over the whole thing? Like, come on! Didn't she just get forced to stand trial for her crimes? Also, even though she's still acting super dramatic, she is taking this seriously this time, right?
All right, then. Who...
The court asks the prosecutor to please take the stand.
is that so?
Are we about to fight Farina? Actually?
Also, please allow me to
I wouldn't
ask
fight
as a
Farina.
final question before the trial begins. Just how much work did you do to
Well, we did do a lot of prep after the meeting that day.
I can go over the tasks assigned to the Spina di Rosula, since they were rather straightforward and easy.
Navia?
Damn,
the
when did
president
Navia
of the
talk
Spina
that
di
fast?
Rosula.
I'm sure she never talked
Most
that
of the
fast.
people
What
who
happened?
participated in the disturbance this morning were my subordinates. They changed into plain clothes and came to the Opera House as regular audience members, waiting for the perfect opportunity to incite insurrection against you. The people's resentment against their Archon has been building as more and more of the prophecy is fulfilled. Moreover, according to our understanding and analysis of you, when something like that occurred, you would likely flee the scene and head to Poisson by yourself. So, we arranged for a second group to lie in wait there.
So, you
You guys are
mean
doing so much
the
just for an
ones who
Archon.
scoured the settlement for me were also from the Spina?
And their goal was to force you to step into the giant magic box so you may personally participate in the greatest magic performance in all of Fontanian history.
That's right. That house was a magic box, rather than someone's
Bro,
residence.
y'all just kidnapped him,
As
bro.
the super ultimate version of the setup that I used when I first performed at the Opera Epiclese, the volume of the box was increased by a whole order of magnitude, and the distance it traversed was the entire gap between Poisson and Araneas. Its cargo, of course, was an Archon instead of a human. My thanks, Farina. Without your help, we could never have pulled off such an extraordinary performance.
You're welcome?
Of course, this performance was only made possible with Father's support. The House of the Hearth spent a massive amount of labor in Mora to pull this off. We had to select a location, construct the giant magic box, dig a tunnel, and open...
So, in other words, the earthquake that we felt within the giant magic box was just a normal tremor from the transportation of the whole house?
That's right. It wasn't a sign of another disaster to come.
Then, I can guess Nervilette and Cloran's parts. You gathered a crowd, prepared a stage, and made sure that the champion duelist would be immediately ready for a fight. Also that as soon as I appeared on the stage, the trial may commence without a hitch. Am I right?
Yes, that is correct.
Well, Clorand, I must commend you for your courage. Only the most outstanding champion duelist in all of Fontaine would accept a duel with an Archon without flinching.
Thank you.
As for you, Traveler, I suppose your role was to keep me distracted with conversation once you found me in person.
Yo, why are we even bringing Farina to court
I didn't notice
anyway?
anything amiss before revealing yourself as my prosecutor once we'd arrived onto the stage. Oh? Is that so? Then I suppose... It's fine. It matters not. What's done is done. The stage is already set, so there's no reason to disappoint the audience. Let's see this trial through to the very
Okay, this is actually
end.
kind of peak though, if you think about it. It's actually getting serious. Yo, why are we even judging her though? Like, I'm sorry guys, I haven't played this game in ages. I forgot what the start is like, but why are we even judging Farina? Like, why are we bringing her to trial, bro? What'd she do?
Sir Prosecutor, please allow me to pass this along. This is a document that Miss Charlotte applied for and received permission to share with you during the trial. According to her, it should speed up the proceedings.
Huh? Charlotte wanted to
That
give
guy
us
looks German.
Oh, so she's... Oh, let Paimon see. Wait, then that means... So in other words, we can refer to this anthology of evidence every time we want to use... Let's quickly confirm the information in it. Just think of it as a refresher, alright?
Bro, the traveler ever changes goddamn face. He has the same face expression every single time, bro.
Right.
Why am I doing this? I don't like doing this. It's so annoying.
This is the first of Fatui Harbinger. She's an extraordinary person. Her instinct must mean something.
Bro, of course Farina's not the Archon. As everyone knows, she's not the real Archon.
The prosecution and the defense are both in position. The trial shall now begin.
Oh, come on. On, Nervilette. There's just fast forward to... Of course. It is only
Let's
natural.
start speaking
That's
a
true.
little. There's a bunch
But my
of dialogue
charge here is
if I'm being
unrelated
honest.
to your conduct as an
It's very
Archon.
fun. No, Sumer was
Instead,
long as hell.
I would like
bro,
to charge you as
especially
a
that
fraud who's never been
Ariana,
the
that
Archon
one
in the first
Ariana
place.
quest, bro.
Wait,
Bro, those
what was
that
that?
quest took me so
Lady
long, bro.
Farina's a
I actually hate that quest so much.
Hey.
Goddamn, man.
Charge
Holy.
accepted.
I hate Sumer so much.
Lady Farina. Lady Farina.
I plead not guilty. How can I be guilty? There is no way that I, Focalor, otherwise known as Farina de Fontaine, a member of the Seven and the Regina of all waters, kindreds, peoples, and laws of Fontaine, could be anything other than your true Archon.
Yeah, even though Lady Farina can be rather eccentric, isn't it going too far to doubt her very identity?
Yeah, I've never questioned her identity either.
I have cause to believe that common sense will prevail in this case. Many of the members of the audience have known me as the Hydro Archon ever since they were born. There would be no fooling their memory. See? If you wish to drop...
An argument with near impossible odds, huh? You have to not only refute Farina's claims...
Well, I tried to give you the chance to surrender. If you must persist, then let me ask. If you believe I'm not the Archon, then what manner of being do you think I am? And if I was not the Archon, then how did I manage to live for over 500 years?
Dude, Farina's actually getting serious now, though. Farina's getting serious, though. She's getting serious, yo. I'm liking this. She's locked in. Oh, bro, see, I'm gonna tell y'all something. The thing I don't like I like Fontaine's Archon quest, yeah? But the thing I don't like about it is this goddamn George system. It's so confusing. I just don't like doing it. It's like, damn, I actually hate doing it. I don't know what I'm even supposed to do. Despite being human. I mean irrelevant. If I'm being completely honest, I don't know.
First of all, you may be a member of another long-lived race, which would allow you to naturally possess...
Who gave you that idea? Was it the knave? You'd sink so low as to use a harbinger's words against me.
A curse? I once thought it possible that the aura of an Archon might naturally resemble a type of curse. But in light of this claim, perhaps what I sensed was not your divinity, but a curse after all.
Neuvillette sensed it too, huh?
Lady Farina is actually a human?
Well, it is true that it's extremely difficult to tell humans and gods apart just by looking at them. It's not impossible.
Well, don't start celebrating too early now. Even if I have been carrying a curse like you said, how does that prove that I am merely a human being? Besides, everyone knows that the main difference between a human and a god is the possession of authority. Gods can do what humans cannot. That's why they're worshipped as gods. For centuries, manifestations of my authority have served the nation of Fontaine. One need only to turn their eyes towards the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal in this very opera house, or consider the endemnitium that is used in every aspect of life.
Sure, what I do? I don't know. I really don't.
That doesn't sound right. Paimon doesn't think this clue can be used as compelling evidence to build our case.
I don't know, bro. Why am I wasn't
You tried
looking.
to reference the Oratrice.
Oh.
But weren't you as confused as all the rest of us when the Oratrice declared Child to be guilty without any proof? Otherwise, you should have come up with a good explanation for that by now.
Didn't I make myself clear at the time? The decisions of the gods are naturally difficult for humans to comprehend. There is no need to provide an explanation.
Lady Farina, I believe a reminder of your current circumstances is in order. While the court is in session, the principles of justice and the law must come before all else. While you are an Archon, you are also first and foremost the defendant in this trial. You will prove yourself unable to defend against the prosecution's charges if you continue to withhold vital information against the rules of the court.
I never thought you'd use that kind of rhetoric against me.
That was no trick of rhetoric, Lady Farina. I've merely reiterated the rules of the court. Rules that all should respect and follow.
So,
My bad. We hear you loud and clear, bro. We hear you loud and clear.
Instead of having been created by you, the manifestations of authority you mentioned have been made by the real Hydro Archon, haven't they?
The real Hydro Archon. Well, now you're really losing me. It is true that I did not know why the Oratrice gave out a guilty verdict that day. But the Oratrice handed out that verdict unilaterally, and it has been operating independently ever since it was first created. You can't argue that just because a divine creation is flawed, that the god behind it must also be no god at all.
She's still throwing out all kinds of excuses. Seems like she's confident that we won't be able to produce proof that she has no power over the Oratrice.
My power as an Archon.
If that poses a concern, I'm prepared to extend my protection to the audience.
You don't need to go that far.
Yo,
Aren't you the Hydro Archon?
You're slipping up a little.
Or is it that you can't even wield the power of Hydro, much less the authority of a god?
Indemnitium, yes!
Shit, bro, Paimon, shut up, bro. I actually hate Paimon. Yo, on God, I actually lower the voice of Paimon. Bro, she's so annoying.
Thus did
like,
I give up all of my...
Be quiet.
Yeah. No matter how generous an Archon can be, how could they give up all their power? Can a god...
It seems like nobody's buying Farina's excuse.
Hey, come now, everyone. I'm still the same Farina, you please.
If what the prosecutor said is true, she really...
Did she deceive all of us? And all of our parents and
Enough! That's enough. Tell me then, if you have no evidence of another Hydro Archon's existence, nor can you find anyone who...
Wow, she came up with yet another argument. How can we refute her now?
Please, bro,
Seems like
quiet.
she really
After this
doesn't wanna
dialogue,
give up.
I'm actually gonna go into settings and make Paimon's volume straight to 0.
Can dissolve.
Since you insist on claiming to be a god and not a human, then there's a method that you can...
Miss Navia, please apply to serve as a temporary attorney for the prosecution.
Super sorry, Monsieur Now, I've brought some seawater from Poisson, including those... So, Miss Farina, if we are to believe that you are indeed the real Hydro Archon, but if you don't dare to touch it, then we would have basically proved the reverse. Oh, and I must remind you that after the disaster at Poisson, nobody I do hope you'll act prudently. And
Navia from the Spina di Rasula. If Lady Farina is indeed just a human, she's probably Fontanian like all the rest of them.
No, but Farina isn't human, though. You seem to know.
Lady Farina, this test has been unilaterally proposed by the prosecution. As it falls...
Well, of course he had to tell her that. But refusing to participate...
She's just staring at the water without saying a single word.
What's going on? Is she really planning to...
Due to the inherent risk of the test, Lady...
Hey!
I'm fine! Look at me, will you believe me?
Miss Siegewing, if you're present, Miss...
Siege, don't be nervous. It'll just... That should be enough.
Please announce the results.
As everyone doubtlessly saw, Miss Farina was displaying she was experiencing the adverse effects of exposure to primordial seawater.
Thank you, Miss Siegewing. Lady...
Oh, wait. What did she just say?
Well, considering your tendency to run from your problem, however, after extensive discussion, we exchanged it for a sample that is not concentrated enough to dissolve an actual we don't want anyone...
Yeah, so out of regard for Farina's life, you secured a low concentration... It's a great thing that the direct sample wasn't actually...
I can't... Listen to me, everyone! Please don't give me such cold and disdainful... Think about it! How can you conclusively prove that an Archon can't also be affected by the primordial seawater? Also, if I was really just a human, why would I dare to just put my hand in that kind of water? Please, anyone, just listen to me! I swear, I really am your Archon!
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway anyone. The odds are just too stacked against her now.
With all the things that have been
You're doing too much
Paimon
on
doesn't think there's
Farina,
any way
Calm
left
down.
for Farina to win.
You're doing
I
too
believe the
much.
time for arguments and presentation of evidence has come to an end. If there are no objections, we will move on to the final judgment.
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway anyone. She's too stacked against her now.
In my capacity as Chief Justice, I shall now render judgment on Farina's misrepresentation of herself as the Archon of Fontaine. As a human who knowingly deceived her fellow citizens, Farina is... guilty.
Bro, it's not like it's low-key her fault, though.
We shall now turn to the Oratrice mech... According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Farina is...
Well, what's wrong? What's the Oratrice?
No. The Oratrice also displays a guilty...
Isn't that correct?
However, the exact wording of the verdict is thus. The Hydro Archon, guilty to be punished via the...
That's actually one of the available sentences? I've always...
The one and only time the death sentence has been handed out at the court. And it's been given to the very person we've worshipped as the god of justice?
That's
what an unexpected...
Farina's been sentenced to death by the Oratrice? We just want...
This outcome is indeed quite strange. According to Fontaine's current definitions of justice, is this sentence really appropriate for the crimes that have been committed?
Yeah! Even Fache wasn't sentenced to death by the Oratrice.
Indeed. Not only is Farina's sentence overly excessive, but now, the Oratrice seems to have deliberately invoked the title of the Hydro Archon.
this is actually getting serious too. Wait, this is why I like this.
Excuse me, if I may interrupt. Is the trial still going?
Fremine! You finally made it!
Mm-hmm. Any...
Is that the first prophecy slate? Huh. So the knave privately arranged for Fremine.
I looked everywhere and finally found it, but has the trial all...
Thank you for your hard work, Mr. Fremine. Please allow me to review the record left on the slate. Traveler, I believe that you have already seen the other existing slates.
Huh? So what do you see? What is it?
I believe I have now made sense of the Hydro Archon's crime.
Huh? Isn't a Hydro... so when you say Hydro...
In truth, everything that you've encountered in Fontaine up until this... However, I'm uncertain as to how much sense they currently make to you.
Okay, let's try to...
Bro, guys, I hate stuff like this, man. Can the game just do it for me, man?
The first stone slate describes what you just said. It seems to show the previous... Does that mean that Fontanians are transformed Oceanids? Oh, the second stone slate this must be the point when the Hydro Archon... The third slate shows the Hydro Archon... Huh. Never mind. Well, the fourth slate is the prophecy the Fontanians have been talking about. People... We didn't believe that such a crazy disaster could happen at first.
Where's the ocean is? Where's...
We know from the... And the first... This...
This seems to be an ice chat.
The prophecy, the fort... If we have...
Yeah. Okay, stop talking. Traveler, I'm trying to lock in. Prophecy slaves trying to sing. Yep.
It's not as simple when the...
Oh, shut up, Traveler! You hater. I don't like you. Serena right here. I told you I'm just like that, man. I literally guessed everything. I'm being honest.
They'll dissolve into the primordial sea, but won't cease to exist. The Hydro Archon was sentenced to death in court. Shocking Navia fell into the water inside those ruins, and she nearly dissolved. The eruption of the primordial sea at the fortress of Meripede was... The stone slate's content can all be verified.
Oh, snap.
Huh? Oh, Paimon gets it now, but then it feels...
Let's hear them.
Incredible.
We're...
All Fontanians were originally created by the late previous Hydra. The evidence for that can be found in how only Fontanians could dissolve in primordial seawater, and how all the girls Vache dissolved were also turned into Ocean. Oh, and according to Navia, when she was about to get dissolved, she...
Indeed.
Yeah, and it follows from the content of the first slate that could also explain why the Oratrice judged the Hydro Archon to be guilty.
The Hydro Archon's true...
And yet, after many hundreds of years, the Hydro Archon's creations have turned around to try to judge the Archon within the Opera Epiclese.
Yeah, isn't the image... So wouldn't it be trying to show the image of the Hydro Archon also falling into the sea once the prophecy has been... In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Did Paimon get all that right?
You've made some keen deductions. I must say, given how much... However, while you were able to decode all the information on when we were at the ruins, I tried to decipher the... Now that the slate collection is complete, I shall...
Come on, Nouvellette, I believe in you, bro. You can do this.
Well?
I believe I should share this truth not only with you. Your hypotheses regarding the origin of in the Fontaine of Old The previous Hydro Archon sensed the yearning of her Oceanid familiars for life on land. The Oceanids were enamored with the beauty and romanticism of human beings, and wishing to have those experiences for themselves, expressed to the Hydro Archon. However, even though water as an element not one to give in, she eventually found a way to create permanent humanoid bodies for her familiar. She poured primordial seawater into the Oceanid's blood. But if Fontanians were to ever come into direct contact with water from the primordial sea, of course, the Hydro Archon never received permission from the heavenly principles to create a new human race. And thus, the Hydro Archon and all of her creations came to shoulder the original sin of appropriating the power of the primordial sea. That is the true history of how...
So you...
That's way too much information for me. Wait, but if that's the truth, we can't let the Hydro Archon...
This really might be...
Alas, your hypothesis regarding the third and fourth stone slates was a key point of the visual on the third slate. They have not been dissolved, which implies that the water... The nation of Fontaine is the nation of Hydro, as well as the nation... You may also recall Navia's experience. When she fell into the sea, therefore, that the people of Fontaine shall try the Hydro Archon at the court of justice. Yes.
I think I'm following now. In truth, everything we've done has happened
What should we do?
Huh. No matter what, the prophecy...
If that's the case, does that mean the scene in the...
Traveler, I would like to point out another small... About the fourth slate. You probably thought that the eruption of primordials... However, I believe that rather than being a sure sign, as for the root cause of the catastrophe, I believe it will...
Huh? Oh, you going again?
This eruption was just a small warning of the things to come.
It was both dream.
Okay.
If we're talking about a true culprit, that could only...
The truth, the original...
What the hell? Oh, it's just the Great Narwhal. Why need to let her do something? Oh snap, Child's here, yo! Yo, we're witnessing peak gameplay from Child! Tweaking or whatever his name is for Harbinger's 2
That was way too close! How did that thing just burst into the Opera House? Wait, was that the huge whale you saw in your dream?
So we've met it at last. I understand very well why it has chosen to make an appearance here. That whale does not belong to Tevat. It is a monster that has traversed the stars, weeping all the while. It has been greedily consuming the energy from the planet's primordial sea. And once it has finished consuming all of the energy...
You said that when the Hydro Archon first created Fontaine...
Precisely. That whale finds the blood of Fontanians. Therefore, when it left the Primordial Sea, it decided to make its next stop a packed opera house full of food. Food in the form.
We just barely managed to push it back, right?
That is correct. Indeed, it is more accurate to say that we should thank that Harbinger for buying us some time. From the way he looked, he must have been fighting the creature.
That battle maniac. We've always known that he had a special connection with. Anyway, now that we know that this whale is the actual cause of the disaster
It is too late. It had already absorbed too much of the Primordial Sea's energy before we could notice it. At this point, it has become practically integrated with the sea itself. Even if the entirety of Tevat were to be destroyed, it could still survive and swim off towards some other world.
We've already done we've come
Bro,
so
Navia, accept it, bro. You
Indeed.
can't do anything.
I'll fight it to the end.
So the prophecy will be fulfilled no matter what, huh?
Don't.
The
Oh
prophecy.
my bad, I thought I was gonna do some thinking stuff. From like swimming around like that. Yeah, well, you know, it's fate. Stuff happens now and then.
Just as prophet. Ultimately.
Oof. Hey, oh, what is Ayana Koji doing here, bro? Wait, come on, bro, get out here. Go back to High School of the Elite.
What's happening with the oratories?
I believe it is preparing to carry out the death sentence.
Farina! No, I still need answers.
You.
Sorry. That shocked expression.
You are not Farina.
Ah, the sweet sound
Oh,
of
this is
bewilderment.
Folklore.
Marvelous.
Fusalo.
Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. Goodness, the heavenly prince.
Deceiving the heaven.
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful, wasn't it? Everyone doomed to dissolve. Fontaine condemned to be flooded. One was not amused. In fact, one was positively bemused when that problem was thrust upon me by my dearest predecessor. That's the former Hydro. She knew full well that and as one of the seven, she also knew full well that one defies the heavenly principles at one's peril. So yes, as you have no doubt surmised, it was a rather impossible situation that I found myself in. I spent a terribly long time mulling it over. Alone on the ocean, I had to outwit the heavenly principle. I'm a genius, I know. Although, looking back now, it was hardly the inheritance one dreams of. But one can only play the hand one is dealt. I did not choose this, any more than I chose.
So you were also once one of the Oceanids?
Yes, I was. I always dreamed of becoming human. And I still do, even now. After becoming a god, I separated my divinity from my body and spirit, leaving behind only a self that was as naive and bewildered as my past self on her first day as a human being. The me you see before you now is that she could feel joy, sorrow, and everything. Her strengths were of a kind, but in my eyes, Farina's humanity was what made her perfect.
Perfect human, just like Adam
She
Warlock.
was perfectly human in every way. The person I always wanted to be. Anyway, so then all part of the plan, of course. The plan to... Do you still remember the final scene of the prophecy? In order that the prophecy might appear fulfilled, I invited Farina to be an actress, to play the part of the Hydro Archon under the curse I placed on her. So long as I, Focalor's divinity, continued to exist, she could not die. But nor was she instead, she was forced to take the stage in the I suppose now you probably understand why your court is called the Opera Epiclese.
But Farina is only human. Even though she has had a long life, her mind is... I cannot begin to fathom.
It has indeed. And although she is, in a sense, it's been 500 and all along, she's been playing her part in the most unimaginably long, unbearably lonely, and agonizingly painful opera of all time.
Alright. Yo guys, alright. Are we done? Whoa, guys, I'm not gonna lie. That was really good. I really enjoyed that. That was peak amazing. Absolute cinema. Perfecto. Guys, we're definitely gonna end the video here. You know, after a year, I came back to Genshin. It was pretty fun. I had that. I would show guys a quick showcase of my Xiao build. And end gameplay on the boss, but lucky tired right now. I'm probably gonna continue this quest once I finish it with my friends and rivals. But yeah, and I hope y'all have an amazing day. Peace.